I do remember my life before. We were a relatively normal family at the time.
Ben Cooper says he was 7 years old when his family joined the Word of Faith Fellowship, living on their compound.
My dad's mother and his sister were already members. He believed we were going there for him to attend the Bible school that they had.
Located in rural North Carolina, the church was founded in the 1970s by husband and wife Sam and Jane Whaley.
Jane Whaley is the leader. Most people there refer to her in familial names like grandmother or mom or Grandma Jane. Everyone considers her to be the direct voice from God.
According to Ben, the church believes in expelling demons through a loud form of prayer called blasting, which Ben says he experienced as young as 12 years old.
The way it was mostly used, though, was, as I was growing up, was as a form of punishment, just unintelligible screaming at the top of their lungs, like right at you, in your face, often push you down to the floor, beat your back with their fist. It's just kind of a violent group exorcism, basically.
Over the years, Ben was afraid to leave the church.
They teach you that, first of all, no one out in the world cares for you, that they're the only people who love you and actually want you to go to heaven.
Ben says Jane arranged his marriage in 2010 to his wife, Micah. While the couple attended law school together, they formed a plan to start a new life away from the church.
That's really when my eyes were opened. It probably took me 6 months, and I was just like, oh my gosh, the way I'm living is not the right way to live.
In 2014, Ben finally told Jane that he and Micah were leaving.
And she loses it and starts screaming at me, "You will go nowhere," and just like completely loses it.
Ben is here this morning with his brother John, who's also a former member of the church. Also with us this morning is Mitch Weiss, Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist, co-author of the new book. The book is called Broken Faith. Gentlemen, good to see all of you this morning.
Good to see you.
Ben, let me start with you, because you decided to leave the church and you planned for months to do it. And eventually you and Micah, you do leave the church, but you say that you've actually seen people physically held back from leaving the church.
That's right, yeah. Clearly remember different times growing up when people would literally be chased through the woods and tackled and manhandled and brought back to the church, surrounded by security and whoever was close to them at the time. Yeah, it was definitely a signal to everyone that you shouldn't just walk out the door.
John, and in your situation, you left with your now ex-wife, Jessica, and you left when everyone was at church, right? So they wouldn't know that you were leaving. But you say that they mentally hold you back as well. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I think a lot of people focus on the physical side, but I think for a lot of people, it's more of a psychological reason that keeps them there. And you know, for some people, it's the religious aspect, which is, you know, they're scared of going to hell or something like that. And then, you know, there's the fact that, like, your entire life is based there. Like, when I grew up there, I didn't know anything on the outside. I didn't know, like, who to call. And when you leave, they completely, like, cut you out of everything. And so you lose, like, all your friends, all your family. You lose your job. You lose the roof over your head. In my case, like, I would have lost my car. You know, they just controlled every aspect of your life so that if you try to go, you have nothing. And that's really hard for you to kind of make that decision to make that big step. So.
Ben, I want to go back to this blasting because you say that's one of the church's core practices. Can you explain a little bit more about precisely what it is, and did you suffer any injuries as a result of it?
I think anyone who grew up there suffered injuries because of it. Basically, it was a violent group, and like I said, it was mostly used as punishment and for them to, quote unquote, expel the demons from you. And basically, you would get circled and just screamed at as loud as possible. People would shake their fist while they're doing it, throw their fist into you, shove you to the floor. It just became an extremely violent circle.
We should point out that we reached out to the Word of Faith Fellowship, and they categorically deny that any members are prevented from leaving. The church also said that, quote, no injuries have been sustained during our prayer. That coming from the church itself.
But John, you say that this also involved very young children?
Yeah, I mean, they start blasting kids when they're babies, like, you know, yelling at them if, like, babies are crying for too long, they'll say, like instead of thinking, oh, maybe they need like food or that, they're uncomfortable, it's, oh, like the devil's possessing them. And it maybe isn't as violent for young babies, but by the time you're a young kid, it starts to become more physical.
The church also denied to NBC that children and babies are hurt or frightened during their prayer. We should point that out, coming from the church. Mitch, let me just ask you, because you all believe that law enforcement agencies haven't done enough when it comes to the allegations of child abuse here. What do you believe is stopping law enforcement?
I think it's a number of issues, the big one being political influence. They are well connected, both in the state, federally. I think as well, prosecutors just didn't have the willpower to go in and fight. There was one prosecutor who talked to us and said, you don't know what it's like to go up against Word of Faith. If we try to bring any charges against them, they come to court, and they're doctors, they're lawyers, they're fighter pilots. They come in well-dressed, they're well-spoken. As they can attest to, all the kids are just properly dressed. And this prosecutor said, we just got tired of fighting them, and we gave up. And so my question to that prosecutor was, if you know kids are being abused, if you know people are being abused, then do your damn job. You should go in, and if you don't, then you need to get out of the way and let somebody else do it.
Mitch and John, thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Again, the church denies that marriages are arranged or that congregants are coached to lie to law enforcement. Moreover, the church says, quote, on the contrary, the church instills in its members to speak the truth. They claim that Mitch's book is full of vitriol and lies. We also reached out to the Rutherford County District Attorney's Office and the sheriff. We did not hear back. The Rutherford County Department of Social Services said they are legally forbidden to respond. Again, the book is called Broken Faith. You can find out more about it at today.com/shop.